And I had a friend, and he was living in a hotel. And he didn't understand, and he was living in the sign that said hotel on the outside of the building, right? And he was living in the letter L on the sign, and he was there for a while, and then he wanted to get food delivered to the room one day, and then he called for room service from the hotel in the restaurant in the hotel, and then these two servers were going to go deliver the food, and then they were bringing the food up to the sign, but they didn't know which letter he was in because he didn't say, he just said he was in the sign. And so one of them was thinking that they ought to put it in the letter H because that's the first one, so they figured that made sense. That's what they were thinking. And the other one was thinking that they ought to put it in the letter T because that's the one in the middle, and they thought that one would seem like a better way to do things. But so they decided to make a compromise, and they put the delivery in the letter O because that's in between the H and the T. But as a matter of fact, they put that thing right in the middle of the letter O, and the wind knocked it out onto the street, right down there. Isn't that silly? Yeah. And someone almost got hit with the food on the sidewalk, and they didn't get hit, but they came into the hotel to talk to one of the shift managers about it, and then the shift manager got to talking with the two servers because he didn't understand about the guy in the sign. He thought that the two servers were just having fun throwing food out the top of the hotel, so they both got fired, but then the two servers later entered into a lawsuit for something like wrongful termination or something like that against the hotel company. I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know, but that's just how it happened. I don't know whether they win or lost, but then the hotel wasn't doing very good financially, I suppose, so they couldn't even afford to do anything in a lawsuit, whether it's win or lose or settle or nothing, and then the hotel declared bankruptcy, and then they were selling a whole bunch of stuff, and the guy was still in the sign, and he was asleep, but then they sold the sign to some hotel company in Pittsburgh or something. And then the guy who was in the sign, who was my friend, woke up in Pittsburgh, 200 miles away from where he thought he was. And he didn't even get to have his meal. He was going to get married too. He missed the ceremony. Ain't that a shame? It was me. I was the guy in the hotel sign. And I feel hungry for dinner and for love. Okay. Well, that's about as good as it's going to get for me tonight.